three key things about diabetes. I would say the first one is diet. You need to make sure that you eat healthy, make healthy food choices, and think about moderation with eating. The second thing would be exercise. It's very important that if you have diabetes that you exercise. Try to do about 30 minutes a day. And the third thing is to try to have a good support system. Have people that are there that can support you and encourage you in terms of managing your diabetes.
You know, we're going to talk about if there's any new treatments out there.
My daughter's 18 and my son is 15. And I want to see them grow up, have kids, play with the grandkids, everything. Three key things I would tell someone to motivate. I would tell them to always know what their blood sugar is. I like to test mine all the time. I would know what your A1C is. It tells you kind of what your average blood sugar has been over the last 3 months. That's always a really good number to see where you're at. Motivate them to exercise. When I'm good about exercising, my A1C and blood sugars are doing really good.
To emphasize how important it is to control diabetes.
First of all, let's talk about diabetes itself. Type 1 diabetes, for example, is an autoimmune condition where there is progressive destruction of insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, leading to severe insulin deficiency. Type 2, on the other hand, is a complex disease with insulin resistance and early on insulin problems leading to insulin dependence later on.
About 26 million people, that's about 8+% of the population.
Complications of diabetes, there's a long list, but the important things are heart disease, for example, kidney disease, which can lead to hemodialysis dependence, blindness, amputations, and so forth. So uncontrolled diabetes can lead to such complications in the long run. So the control of diabetes is pretty important. Lastly, I call it being smart about diabetes. What that means is if you have diabetes or if you have a predisposition to diabetes or you're a pre-diabetic, be smart about it, meaning make certain changes in your lifestyle, dietary changes, and so forth, which can potentially lead to weight loss, for example. And such measures, as a matter of fact, there are studies proving that such measures can decrease the onset of diabetes as much as 60 to 70%. So it's a very, even without medications, that is a possibility if early on suspected and intervention is done in terms of lifestyle.
So about 1.9 million people aged 20 years or older were newly diagnosed with diabetes in 2010.
So if you have been diagnosed with diabetes recently, first of all, you need to understand this is a perfectly treatable disease process. And making smart choices in terms of lifestyle changes. There are several medications available. Not necessarily you will be on insulin, but depending on how far you are into diabetes. So the bottom line, it is a very treatable condition. And if diagnosed early on, we can prevent most of its complications as well. So it's a very treatable disease. Being smart about diabetes is the best thing to do.